now with Caldwell Banker Smith Homes. I'm here with Suzanne Mark, my broker, my friend from high school many years
ago.
We're going to talk a little bit of real estate, and we're going to sit out here and we're going to look at this beautiful property that's going to be coming on the market in a few days. Oh my God. It's what, 12:30, 1 o'clock? And it's a fantastic day out here. What about 75 degrees?
73-ish. With
no humidity whatsoever.
And look at what South Mississippi has to offer. This is on 2 acres at herons. We just saw a heron fly by with a fish in his mouth, and we saw boats.
It's pretty entertaining. You get a lot of wildlife. Fox, raccoons. But we're going to let y'all enjoy this view, and we're just going to go and brainstorm a little bit and talk a little bit about real estate and our location.
Okay.
And see if this isn't a fit for y'all.
I love to talk about real estate since I've been in it since 1988, since I was a wee little kid.
You know, you went to Ole Miss. You didn't do
I went to Ole Miss, and then I went to Southern and finished, and I got a degree in real estate and insurance. There's not too many people. That don't mean I know everything. I can tell you that. Because isn't this a constant changing industry?
Daily.
And you have to have that education. There's some boats coming, Patrick. Look.
Oh, yeah.
Some boats coming.
We are.
We're in Moss Point, right?
We're just north of Highway 90. Suzanne, if I wanted to have, like right here, 2 boats, you could slot right there. Would you, how quick could you be on your boat out to Ingalls or Chevron? Chevron, I'm talking about work. How quick? But I have that in my head because a lot of people are like, how quick can I get to work? You know, and a lot of people are Chevron. How quick I could be? By car, 5 minutes. Boat to Horn Island to out that way.
And Horn Island, you could be out there in probably 45 minutes to an hour, depending on the waves and how fast you go. But I would say probably 45 minutes from here. It takes about an hour from where I live in North Goshen. So this is more south. So I'd say 45 minutes and you'd be out to like Florida looking waters.
The blue, that pretty royal blue.
And the only reason ours is kind of brown and murky is because we have barrier islands out there like Ship Island. We talked about that a little earlier, is celebrating their 100-year anniversary.
Yes. It's so crazy.
And of course, the United States is celebrating 250-year, this year. I know there's a lot of celebrations going on.
It's amazing. There's so much going on right now in the world. I mean, it's just,
So, Patrick, tell me about this house.
Little bit.
I know you don't want to put too much out there because it hasn't come on the market yet, and we're giving a sneak peek.
I'm going to put it, this was built in 2018. It was a custom built. There's only a couple of steps up. The home is the flood insurance and how they built the code. So they're not having a lot of issues with that. So the flood for both pieces of property is about $2,500 a year. And that's, it depends on the coverage you want as well, because that will vary. Policy, you're good here with flood. And you got 2 boat launches. That's what I was asking, trying to get an idea. Suzanne, you know more about going out on boats. You grew up on the boats. What? We all lived on the river most time.
Yeah, we did. But we didn't have a boat house. We had a bayou. Dad just pulled the boat out and put it back in on our own boat launch. But so I didn't have really experience with boat lifts, but now that's become a popular thing.
We're going to go to that other side of the river.
Oh, yeah. On my parents' property.
That way you can see the other view of what you get.
But they rent, even if you bought this house, like we were talking earlier, I think $350 to $500 a month on a boat lift with water and electricity.
And how big could you get a boat back here? I mean, we've seen some 17, 18.
22, 23, no problem. I would think you have 30. I remember in high school and earlier, especially in Katrina, all those shrimp boats would come up here and put their dock them for the hurricane. So I don't see why 30-foot boats couldn't get in here.
Well, you remember that one was that one boat used to be up here around the curve. You remember out there in the middle?
Had Moss Point on it.
Yeah.
Forever. I miss that boat. There goes another bird diving for.
That's what's trying to figure out what that was.
Well, our breeze stopped a little bit, but it had a great breeze earlier. But man, and now we got Amtrak going all the way from Mobile, stops in Pascagoula, stops in Biloxi, Gulfport, Bay St. Louis, and then New Orleans. You can get on the Amtrak. There's so much to do in South Mississippi.
About an hour?
About an hour and a half. It took about an hour and a half.
That's not bad.
Because you got the stops.
I would like to see, I would love to see the views going over.
The views are
coming
outrageous.
back. I think it would be
great because you're getting in that south of 90 and all that marshland that you don't get to see.
And if you like to drink,
have a car.
Bad idea. I mean, better than driving to New Orleans. Just hop on the Amtrak.
That's what we do. About $50 if you get both ways, round trip.
We need to do that. We need to get a group of realtors together and just go.
Yeah, we should.
Spend, 5 or 6 hours and catch the train and come right back. 'Cause you said usually a couple times a day, right?
Well, I just know Pascagoula picked us up at 7-ish, and then we had to be back at the train station in New Orleans about 5. We got home
That's not
about
bad
8.
because I get it caught quite a
7:30,
bit
8.
by the Amtrak, which I'm glad to see coming through here again. And like I said, usually it's only four
I love
trains
it.
or 3 trains.
And you know why I love South Mississippi? Because of the hospitality, the people, and the prices are still economical. You are so close to going to New Orleans or Slidell, and you're so close to going to Orange Beach, Georgia.
The options are every which way. I
I
mean,
mean,
no time soon.
you can be in Hattiesburg.
Like I said, it's great. I mean, an hour and a half you to be in New Orleans, and then hour and a half you to be on Pensacola Beach.
Yeah, Laurel's only about an hour, 2
Jackson,
hours.
Hattiesburg,
All of
anything
that.
you need.
Anything you need. We're so convenient. We've got good hospitals. We've got low traffic compared to the rest of the world.
A very good variety of jobs, casinos here.
You got that. You got Ingalls. You got
Mhm.
Chevron. You got great health system.
Retirement community, would you say this would be a good place for a
I think
retiree?
so too. Ocean Springs, I think, and Bay St. Louis are designated for
Oh,
that.
they're so gorgeous and such a laid back area. Mississippi, period's laid back.
We got the
Um,
beaches, and we got the bayous, and we got the rivers.
And
If
very
you're outdoors,
affordable. Look at our prices compared to Florida and Alabama.
oh yeah, and if you're an outdoor person, I would love. We and you talked about this earlier. I would love to buy this place and have me a kayak and just go out there and kayak and just me and the Lord, and then me a hammock over there somewhere and just
Good.
enjoy the sunsets and the sunrises.
You're owned right at 2 acres.
2 acres and just so you feel
298
like you're
of
I hear no
bulkhead, new
traffic.
bulkheads, yes.
I hear no
And
traffic.
this is
I hear no
Saturday
noise.
afternoon.
I hear nothing but the birds and the bees.
Beautiful weather. It's got people out working in the garden, putting their spring flowers out, getting ready for Easter.
There's some more boats going.
Yeah, that's a pretty good size
Several
boat.
boats going out today. So yeah, I love South Mississippi and I love our career.
I don't think I've always wanted to do real estate, and the opportunities it just came for me. I mean, it was just, I am a firm believer, you're going to be shown the way you're supposed to go. Yeah, it may be harder to get seen, but you will figure it out eventually. I think things happen for a reason, really, and timing. Everything happens for a reason.
Great. I didn't know what I wanted to do, Patrick, out of college. And Dad just said, get a business degree. I knew my dad was in real estate and did quite well and developed and was a builder. And I said, well, Dad, I like what you do. And you seem to be able to not sit behind a desk 9 to 5. I kind of like that. And he
Your
said,
dad really did most of Hickory Hills.
he did a lot of Hickory Hills. He did a lot of Pascagoula back in the early 70s.
He did Delmas. Or not, was it? Yeah, Delmas.
Yeah, he did Delmas. He did Northwood Hills and Gaucher. He did Shell Landing was his development and his baby. That's a pretty big boat coming through. That's probably 22, 25-foot boat right there.
And he's not having
No, he's not having any problem. He's swishing through here. What perfect timing to see a boat come through. Here he comes. Let's watch him. This is why I love South Mississippi. I can get in that boat and I can get out and I can turn my phone off and I can just enjoy. And there's a bird coming off. Look at that.
Isn't that peaceful?
No words here needed.
That's $1 million view, but without the $1 million price tag.
That's right. And that's why another reason I love South Mississippi, we're still economically affordable. Do you agree?
Yeah. No, oh my God, yeah.
And we have lots of
you get so much more for your money here.
That's probably a 25, 27-foot boat, isn't it?
At least. Hi, y'all.
Hi, y'all. That's the southernness
That's
of
the southern slang. Welcome to the beautiful Mississippi Gulf Coast.
Now that's got to be.
Well, let me go. This house, we're not going to tell you too much about it.
No, don't.
It was
don't
built in 18. It's on 2 acres. It's a beautiful property. You got 2 boat slips, big deck down there. You got this sitting there. You got another sitting area over there. This would be a perfect house for entertainment. This time of day, look how much shade we've got over here.
Oh yes, I could see entertaining, and that's at the stage of my life right now. I just want to enjoy life. I've raised my children, so I have more time now.
You're at that stage here.
I'm at that stage that I just would like to have a home that's got like this privacy and water view where I can entertain. But if I had children, I would like this house too because I could make a play center there.
Yeah.
Or I could, if my mother was still alive, I could put her there, as a mother-in-law and take care of her. I would give anything for something like this floor plan and it's single story.
No, I mean, you wouldn't have to deal with, oh God. Y'all have never been to the boat launches down in South Mississippi when it's summer. You would take advantage of not having to sit in line to launch your boat here for sure.
And at my age, I would love to just push a button, have my boat on that boat lift, push a button, and get out there. Go, load up
Your
from my back
age,
my
you're
back door.
young. I went to school together
We're still young.
a few years ago.
And that's why I love Patrick, because he has the best personality. He loves life. And he loves real estate. He loves his clients. He puts them above himself. When
You
he
do
said,
this.
it's not my show. We're not bragging about
I mean, we're
it.
both driven.
And
We're both
both
driven.
driven, but people are drawn to you because of your personality. People want to work with you and they want to talk to you and they can trust you because you're very well educated and been in this business for a long time.
Well, that's a big thing. I mean, you want people to refer you to other people.
And
you
it's
know?
not just showing houses, is it, Patrick?
No,
What all do we do?
like I said, this has
My
been
Lord.
almost 2 years. I met these people 8 years ago.
I mean,
And
but
we've started talking. This has been the process for about 2 years, getting everything together. You know, it's
you told me a story how
different people with different lives. You know,
Yeah.
things change. People's needs really change.
you told me a story about how you
This
take somebody's phone and tell that story.
I was
I
telling
thought
the
that
other
was so
day.
interesting.
A lot
For
of
agents
times
to
for
do.
agents and people just to stop. And when I'm at the casinos, a lot of people know I was a dealer for years over there. And of course, my bad back and my knees took me out of that. But that's a different story. So when I'm walking through the casinos and I see this couple or somebody trying to do a selfie in front of a nice car or, you know, any of their decorations they got out at the Boulevard for Christmas. That's a very popular
that is
one.
a
I
very-
could walk back and forth all day and take pictures. But what I do is if I see them, I stop and introduce myself. Say, hi, I'm Patrick. Let me see. Can I do mine? I'll be happy to take your picture for y'all. And I'll take their picture and start a little bit of a conversation. And I don't go too much into detail. I just give them a card, tell them I hope they enjoy their visit on the beautiful coast. And if they ever need our service, to call us.
I
Boom,
never
you've
thought of
made
that.
It's a connection. You've made a simple connection. And knowing that person is so much happier they got that picture.
Yeah,
And they couldn't get that picture without you.
that's awesome.
So you I'm
One step-
branding in your head, you know, kind of.
That is good. I love that.
Once I get out of the car, you know, like I tell you before, I'm like 280 pounds. I am a billboard, walking billboard. Get out,
Flashing light,
go in
walking billboard.
stores and talk to people. And a lot of people, I tell them all the time, I promise you, got Lowe's, Walmart, if you walk in,
The
you're going to
personality.
run into people.
Yeah, and we talked a minute ago about what would be the best advice for someone getting into this real estate business. We talked a minute
Yeah.
about that, remember? And I
Now,
said
it's- I mean,
personality and the
yeah.
want to. I have the drive. And it takes time to build that business, doesn't it?
It really does. But
And you said
It-
something
it's-
that dinged into me and honed into me, coming to the office and listening to agents.
oh, yeah, new agents. I mean, just sitting around the table when everybody's eating lunch, you pick up so much just from hearing, you know, this agent talking about this transaction, how this happened. And it may not include you at that moment, but this could happen to you 6 months down the road. And you know, okay, well, I heard Dwight or I heard Betty or Audra talking about this happening to them. So let me ask how they handle it, you know, because every transaction, I don't think I've ever had the same transaction twice.
No, and
Everything is different.
this is the biggest financial decision
Mm-hmm.
most anyone's ever going to make. Most,
Right.
unless
Right.
you're dealing with buying businesses or something. And so we talked a little bit about how AI has taken over the industry, but you still need that human
You
touch. The
can't
biggest
lose
thing you're
that.
going to deal with.
I mean,
And we talked about that a minute ago. Like, you need someone that's from here that knows the school
Right,
systems, knows
right.
the police department, knows where to go to Walmart, how to
Right.
get in the Walmart,
I'm the
knows
same.
the traffic, knows the best home inspectors that skip
I
something.
push home inspections. Everybody should push that, and I know everybody does because that's very important. It's worth $400 or $500 to get that little extra insurance because we ain't home inspectors.
Yeah.
I mean, you can look at the roof and say it sure does look good, you know, but it could still leak.
Well, and if you're educated up like you are
Mm-hmm.
and educated about these home inspectors and educated about all the steps it takes from start to close, you can walk through people, not just Google a question and get an answer.
Right.
You
It's
can
a lot
actually
to
walk
it.
through it and be able to refer people and vendors and know the process.
Yeah. I mean, you could tell me, somebody called the other day and was asking me about their insurance. I said, call this person, call this one and this one. Because we talk a lot to other agents. We all talk a lot. It's important to have that, I think. And things get lost in text messages.
Yeah, I just
When-
found out about a new insurance program about fortified roofs and fortified built homes.
Yes.
And we talked about that a minute ago too, because we got here early.
We need to get somebody insurance to talk to us one day
there is a
about.
good rate right now with that those fortified homes.
I have
So,
people tell me we're crazy for living on the coast. What do you think?
I think they're
I mean,
crazy
look
for
at this
not living
beach.
on the
Do you
coast.
think I'm crazy when I can walk
No.
out and look at this?
I think they're crazy for
I can
not
ride
living on
by
the
a
coast.
beach no matter where I'm at on the coast. I can pop out somewhere and see the beach and the water if I want to see the front.
And you do that. You go for the day. I've gone for the day.
Oh yeah, I'll go down. I'll go to Florida for the day.
I go to
Hang out
Pensacola
all
and hang out
day.
with some girlfriends that live over there and just hit the beach for all day and drive on back. It's easy.
Oh, I love going to Fort Pickens over there.
It's easy. And then shopping around here, we've got so much now. We got Costco in Mobile. You got Sam's and Gulfport.
We're easy. Pascagoula, Gautier, Moss Point, Ocean Springs. Anywhere we're at here, what, 30 minutes to shopping?
Oh,
really?
easy.
And it just
Easy.
depends on what you're looking for.
And if you're boating, we talked about that.
Yeah.
How many eateries we have and just
Days-
tackle and bait and
I
all that's on
love
here.
the river runs.
yes. I
When
love
the carnival, the people and a lot of the carnival balls will do river
explain
runs.
the river runs. That's
It's
so much
just a
fun.
fun run. You're playing. It's a poker game.
Yep.
And you have to go
So
through
several marinas.
usually about 8, maybe.
Oh, it'd take you all day. About 4 or 5.
But still, you're gone.
It's 8.
You can stay gone however long you want.
Because 8
you know.
would fit me 2 or 3 bushwhackers. We're talking about bushwhackers
Yes,
too.
those are the. Yeah,
They're like an adult ice cream.
it is. Like, give me that milkshake.
And that'll slip up on you in a hurry. And we have some of the best here. We talked about one in Gaucher called Little Boy, but it's Mary Walker Marina.
That was all redone 3 years ago.
3 or 4
When the
years
new
ago.
owner bought that,
Mhm.
redid all that, put a lot into it.
We got a new fall.
Oh, we got so much going on. Ocean Springs getting a Chick-fil-A. I heard Pascagoula was getting another Chick-fil-A.
So much building.
We got
going on.
all that, and all over the place build our houses now.
Well, we're not the secret coast anymore. We used to be
No.
classified as the secret coast. We're not so secret anymore. Word's out.
And down these little houses, these are perfect people looking for a second home. What we call the Navy houses were some of the first houses built here for the workers back then.
Pascagoula exploded in the 40s because of the World War II. That's how my grandparents got here
That's right.
and created my mama, who brought me here.
And I'm telling you, those little houses now, you can get them. Well,
Still at about 100.
100, maybe. And if it's really
It needs a lot of work, less.
less, but you can pick those up for 70 and 80 sometimes and go in and do
And you
some
can
of
be in the
work
golf cart
yourself.
district and drive down in
Exactly.
downtown.
Now,
and look
even
at-
here, you can do your golf cart.
So, and that's
Mhm.
becoming more and more
A
popular.
lot of back roads to get around so you don't have to go on the main streets,
So if you're looking for weather, we have a very mild winter.
And one thing about it, we have warning,
Tornadoes,
Yeah.
you don't have warning.
No
You have
tornadoes
warnings.
will whop up on you in no time. But when we got a storm coming,
You get 2 or 3 days, sometimes a week.
yeah.
It's forming.
And when you live here, you kind of get used to in your head what you need.
Like this,
listen,
this house has
all the hurricane shutters that come down.
my parents had that.
Yes, and just this view.
This view is gorgeous.
View is incredible. This will
And
be
the-
on the market next week.
And the people are fabulous, like Southern hospitality.
Everywhere I go, everybody always like, "You guys are from Mississippi." I
And the
just start
traffic
laughing. Yep, 'cause
It's
they
not
know.
bad. Traffic is
Mm-mm.
still not bad. I mean, the more we grow, it gets congested at some times, but not near like LA.
Well, when
or-
people come from big cities like that, and even that couple I talked to
This
the
is
other
nothing.
day from Arizona, or no, New Mexico. What, New Mexico?
You said New Mexico,
New-
Albuquerque.
Albuquerque. They could not believe the difference in driving here versus Albuquerque. It was totally different to them.
I had to close in Friday. What's today? Saturday? Yesterday? Yes, for another agent. I went for her because she was sick. And they were buying a second home from Louisiana. That's because they said it's only a 4-hour drive, and we just loved it down here. We thought about Florida, but the prices were here were so great. And we could get our golf cart and go down to the beach or go to downtown and have drinks. They bought in Ocean Springs and absolutely love it.
No, I mean it's
It's a
obviously
peaceful
hard to say what I'm trying to spit out. It's a
It's a
lifestyle.
It's a peaceful, laid back river life to me. That's
Yeah.
kind of what
Oh,
it
yeah.
is. Well,
It's
this
just-
and then go into the Gulf. Go easy.
Yeah.
Go into the Gulf.
I mean, we
Course, you can be on
by
the
the
Gulf.
beach in 5 or 6 minutes.
Yeah, I could be
In Horn Island,
in
30,
40
hours,
minutes and be like you're in Florida.
and
Except with no gas stations on the beach or nowhere to eat. You bring your own.
that's right. Oh yeah, definitely.
More like Orange Beach back in the 80s. You remember? Orange Beach was nothing.
Nothing was there.
Nothing.
Oh man, Gulf Shores blew up so quick.
Oh, it was nothing. We used to go there for
You
for
can't
a
hardly see the
weekend,
water.
and then you'd have to go to the grocery store to get everything for a whole week of supplies. Remember, there was hardly
Oh,
anything
yeah.
there.
I mean,
That's what Horn Island's like. The
Oh,
back
my God.
in the day of the 80s in Gulf Shores.
We have a lot of boat owners here. We have a lot of people when you go down to Pascagoula to the boat launches on weekends, on Saturday and Sunday.
You know, and I'll tell
And
you
it's
this.
free to park your truck. Some places
I
I
was
bet
fixing to
charge
say,
that.
we have a lot of boathouses that are public. We have and boathouses. I mean, boat launches. We have a lot of public parks. We have several pickleball.
That, yeah.
Pickleball courts. I feel like we just had so much to offer.
Gaucho's got that new theater.
Sound theater.
Yeah.
Forgot about that. But we're getting good concerts. It's been
I've
doing
heard that's
great.
been doing really good.
Like you said, Ocean Springs has got a lot of growth, and so does Pascagoula.
Yeah, and we're close to Biloxi. I mean, especially, the casinos have brought so many shows and different bands and groups and all the different performers. And
If you enjoy,
it's something to do. A lot of people
if you enjoy gambling, you're only 30, 45 minutes away from there.
Yeah. And even I tell a lot of my people that are buying, if they're looking for something to do, go over to the casino. Yeah, it's not about retiring and not doing nothing. It's about retiring and find the next phase. And I'm a firm believer of that. You sit around, you're going to rust. You rest.
We talked about
you
rest. I love that saying.
Just keep moving. I mean, it makes sense.
It does.
And I've had buyers call me after 4 or 5 months and they moved here and they're like, I just can't connect with nobody. And I'm like, well, sometimes I want to tell them don't be themselves, but that would be mean. I try to tell people to go out, go to church, community center, go to some of the senior even groups.
Right.
Go to the casino.
Go to the beach and walk in Pascagoula. You take people. Or the bridge over Ocean Springs or Biloxi or Gulfport. I see so many people biking and walking their dog.
Mile walk.
Yeah.
In Ocean Springs?
Yeah, that's about 3.3. But everybody's, and the good thing about South Mississippi is the weather's so conformant to that outdoor stuff.
73 degrees.
I keep hearing good birds out.
A very light wind. And it's about 2 o'clock? Oh, yeah, it's like 2:30. This has been a beautiful Saturday.
Beautiful. And I've enjoyed this.
Me too. Well, y'all going to have to stay tuned. I'm Patrick Merrill, bringing y'all Lifted. I hope y'all are lifted. I'm lifted too. Thank y'all again for taking the time to come along my venture with me. I am Patrick Merrill, and I hope you have been lifted. If not, let me know. We'll figure out a way. There's always a way. Thank y'all again for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and tell your friends. Y'all have a great day.